Hi, I'll walk you through how reporting and day-to-day operations work in an all-in-one ERP FUNDVIEW software. From what we hear, reporting can be a pretty antiquated and time-ridden process. From a lot of cities that have different softwares, the biggest pain is that they have to get information from one system over to the next, which unfortunately can cause some human error, right? Never anything intentional, of course, but sometimes you miss a zero, sometimes you add a decimal place, and all of your reports are unreconciled and out of whack. Well, that's not going to work. We also hear from folks who have a legacy ERP that a lot of their reporting really takes place at the end of the day because of end of day processes. Getting information transferred over from permitting, courts, utility billing, you name it, over to the financial side of the house requires an end of day process. In FUNDVIEW, everything ties back to the general ledger live. There's no manual processes. There's no end of day packets or processes that you have to do to transfer information over. So whether it's somebody taking a payment in person during court, if it's somebody creating a bill correction in utility billing, or if it's somebody making a payment for their permit online, everything updates the financial side of the house automatically. Live time. There is no lag, there is no delay, which means when you're running reports in the middle of the day, you can trust that they're accurate and up to date with your daily operations. So let me introduce you to FUNDVIEW software and a quick snapshot of what this might look like on a daily basis. Here we have the FUNDVIEW General Ledger dashboard. All throughout our system, we have dashboards for each modules, whether it's General Ledger, utility billing, municipal court, purchasing, asset management, you name it. We want to feed you information. That way we can be a little bit more proactive rather than reactive. So if you have outstanding payables and accounts payable, you're going to know immediately. If you have revenues coming in and you want to know the split distribution, well, we have that information for you right away. Or maybe you have an account that's over budget. Probably something we're going to want to know about. Let me take it a little bit further. I'm going to jump into our FUNDVIEW console. This is going to be your best friend in terms of everything that's going on in the city from a budgetary perspective. Down below, you're going to see the account names and account numbers, the categories they fit into, and the account type. The adopted budget, where did we start the year, and the current budget, pending any sort of budget adjustment. We also have the ability to track encumbrances from your purchase order system. See how much we've collected or spent year to date, the percentage of the budget that covers, and the budget that's remaining. We also have the ability to filter and sort. That way you can dial in your report. Instead of a macro view, you bring it into a micro view. So for example, we're going to filter down by the general fund and by the departments of the police administration and police patrol. Everything you see below has to do with what's going on in the PD. If you want, you can bump that out into an Excel spreadsheet. Comes in a nice clean formatted file or a PDF if that's what you prefer. You also have the ability to periodize this. So let me expand out the salaries and wages accounts. It's going to periodize it by month. It'll show you current budget, period budget, year to date, percentage of the budget that covers, and the budget that's remaining. Now you might be wondering, if you take a close look here in January, we only budgeted $10,000, but we actually spent $15,000. This is where reporting comes into play. So now we know something funky might have happened in the month of January. Did somebody get an extra zero on their paycheck? Did we pay out longevity? What's going on here? So what we can do is drill into the account. This is going to break down all the transactions by month. And if you take a look at January, it just happens to be one of those 3 pay period months. Nobody got an extra raise, nobody got longevity, nobody had an extra zero on their paycheck. When you have biweekly payroll, we know a couple times a year this happens. If you want to take it even further, you can drill down another step, and that way you can see the journal entry that came over from payroll, and now you have a source of truth to see what those transactions are comprised of and the totals that you have within your FUNDVIEW console. Keep in mind that as you go throughout your daily processes, whether it's in utility billing, court, permits, code enforcement, you name it, as soon as you do something live, it will automatically update the general ledger and correspondingly your FUNDVIEW console, of course. If you want to see how this would apply to your environment, well, let's get together. We'll look at how your systems are set up today and see what we can do in terms of best practices.